Alright, welcome to episode 3 of 2064 Read-Only Memories. Okay, so we are here at the clinic, well, what is it, the gene therapy clinic, to talk to these guys here. And, okay, let's scope out the area first. There's the Hassie sign. Look at Hassie sign. It's a Hassie bar. All drinks are made with Hassie, an energy drink that supposedly has recovering properties.
The taste of success is a Hassie.
Hassie, I like the way he says Hassie. I like it, but I find it slightly annoying at the same time. Maybe because I'm in a good mood. Police ROM. Look at Police ROM. It's unit NSFPD-20. It's just here to keep peace. With all the media buzz and controversy around these protests, a police presence isn't surprising. Let's touch them. Police ROMs are just like regular cops. You don't touch.
Don't bother the police, Rom. It'll keep them from overseeing the protests.
I just bother everybody by touching. I am here to ensure the protesters remain peaceful. Oh, I can't. Just adjusting my seat here. Okay, there we go. Okay. My opinion on the debate is not relevant. Oh, we could talk to all the protesters. Okay, let's talk to this squatting guy here. Another one of the Human Revolution protesters. They seem passionate and diligent despite how long they've been out here. Aren't you sick of losing job opportunities to people willing to sacrifice their humanity for a chance at a quick buck? What? Oh yeah, that's right, gene therapy. Okay, he says the same thing. Sign holding protester. They're holding a sign. One half says stay pure. It's not hard to see why hybrids hate this rhetoric. Or rhetoric. Or whatever. Technology is a gift, but a powerful and dangerous one to be used with care. We as a species have forgotten that. Does he say the same thing? Yes. Crowd of protesters. The group of protesters in front of the Genius clinic looks more like looks like more than a couple of people are part of these after all. How many suspicious at best situations to happen before a protest becomes a mob? Mutant genes? Keep it clean.
These slogans are terrible. We shouldn't go too deep into the crowd. Let's talk to more visible folks.
Okay. Don't get pushy. Be yourself, not an elf.
Really? That's the best they have?
Protester. Look. Who would want to spend their holiday season doing this? This really doesn't seem too much fun. Well, these guys probably wouldn't be out here if they were up here in Canada. You know, minus 40, sometimes minus 50 weather. That is no weather for protesting. Talk. Come, support us in our effort to put the brakes on the runaway march of progress before it's too late for humanity. Okay, I think they all say the one thing. Okay. Look at sign holding protester. They're holding a sign. One half says stay pure. We want to bring humanity back to a simpler time, a better time, before the rampant use of hybridization and cybernetics made us have to question the very nature of our humanity. They must hate hybrids more than they enjoy their free time. Who wouldn't want to join this club? Aren't you tired of being told that if you have to undergo some elective gene therapy or cybernetic enhancement, you'd be better than human instead of less than one? Yeah. Well, well, you can easily see why they'd be concerned. Sometimes it just feels like some protests go a little too far. Anyway, an animated older man leads the group of protesters. He looks like Elvis. He definitely stands out in the crowd. That might be the point. Let's talk to him.
Hello there! Would you like to hear about the dangers of our country's unchecked use of genetic modification?
I guess so.
I have pamphlets. Here, take one.
Alright. Brochure added to items. Vanek Fairlight said to introduce myself if I have one of his cards here. I'm writing a story on the protest. Can you speak on the record? Okay. This one.
Oh, yes. Yannick called and said something about an investigation into an apartment break-in.
Yep.
He didn't elaborate, and I'm not sure how I might be able to assist with this. But if Yannick is involved, I'll do whatever I can. How can I help?
We found Human Revolution graffiti spray painted all over the apartment, and some things were stolen. I was hoping you might be able to point us in the direction of whoever did it.
Ah, well, the Human Revolution certainly does not condone such actions at all. We're a peaceful organization, and threatening people is not going to earn us hearts and minds. But off the record, some of our younger members can be a bit overzealous, as any hot-headed teenager tends to be. I'll look into this matter personally, and if I discover that any of our younger members were involved, they'll be turned in to the proper authorities. I'll also let Yannick know anything I find out.
Sounds good.
Is there something else I can help you with?
Okay, can I ask some questions about the human revolution?
What questions can I answer for you?
Okay, Okay, what are the ultimate goals of the human revolution?
We hope to educate the public about the dangers of rapid technological advancements. We want to warn the country away from thoughtlessly accepting every scientific discovery we make before it's too late.
Before it's too late for what?
We used to say that splitting the atom would surely bring about the end of humankind. But now we're changing the very things that make us human, our biology, with nothing to ensure our safety.
Safety.
The revolution we're after is humanity as a whole making the decision to remain as we were created and return to how we lived before genetic science put us on the wrong course. This world is Icarus, flying too close to the sun. It's only a matter of time before our arrogance becomes our demise. Just because we can, doesn't mean we should.
Oh, okay. So, well, when he said for our safety, I was like thinking, what? Don't think humanity's in any immediate danger. But I guess he's thinking about like the people losing humanity. Either way, very reasonable fear, but I don't know. People do what they want anyways. Protesting is not going to change people's minds. Why protest at this clinic?
Genetic modification is one of the most dangerous sciences we've ever fooled around with.
I think they're starting something like this. That's what it feels like the world's heading towards to. Well, science is, anyway.
It's playing God on the highest order and threatens to unseat what humanity is altogether. Cybernetics is a dangerous path as well, selling off pieces of ourselves bit by bit for mechanical strength and resilience. But at least a brain-controlled android is still a human brain, even if in a metal box. There is a reason Congress enacted laws prohibiting highly modified hybrids from breeding.
Oh yeah, just like what's her name, Jess. I wonder why that is.
Now, I do not fault the individuals who come here for treatment, many of whom are disabled and deathly ill. If you ask me, Genus isn't the kind of therapy they all need. However, we must take a stand against the medical research industry that would have us cast aside our humanity for their miracles.
How do you plan on enacting the social change you want?
At our core, we are a peaceful movement and seek only to convince people to vote according to the truths we reveal to them. The human revolution has faith that American democracy will win out in the end. It falls to us to make sure that people are informed about the daunting and confusing technologies they put their senseless faith into every day.
Yeah, this game seems very, what do you call it? Seems very much like a social commentary on, you know, you can even like put it. You can even like think about how things are today with people with, you know, like for instance, like what do you call it? With the transgender and like the all this and that, there are people groups that are for and against all that and everything, and for me it's always just been what do you call it, it's always just been a little confusing. I've only ever known of growing up I've only ever known of like, you know, like gay people and stuff like that, but then what do you call it, just in recent years it was the transgender community. I haven't really met anyone who's actually transgender, but yeah, well, I do live in Canada, but I don't live in one of the bigger cities, so yeah, I haven't really personally met any transgenders. Anyway, it falls to us to make sure there's blah blah.
On a personal level, we would like to exhort every individual to try and live more simply and reject any gadget or medicine that would make us less than we are.
You know, I mentioned it before, I could easily see something similar like this happening. I don't know about gene therapy. I don't know if the people are gonna try, you know, get elf ears or something. If people are gonna do that to themselves, I was like thinking like, you know, let them do it. You know, it's their body. People are already getting crazy piercings as it is, and what do you call it? And like these guys are also against like technology and stuff too. That's pretty crazy. I mean, like if somebody who can't walk is able to walk with robot legs, there's nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that. But the only thing that for me is scary is the brain implant, that the thing where you can I don't know what they're working on, but they're working on some sort of brain implant, and to me that's scary. Any other body part's fine, but the brain, that's getting into dangerous territory, I think. Anyway,
is there something else I can help you with?
Let's see here. Thank you for your time.
Of course. If you have any other questions, feel free to come back. I always have time for the press.
Oh.
You clearly missed doing real journalism. I'm impressed. I think you're starting to get back into the hard-boiled investigative journalist thing. Hopefully we'll get lucky enough to turn up a new lead, even if this one didn't pan out like we'd hoped.
Okay, what do you think about what he said?
I think he was considerably less deluded than my searches on the meshnet had led me to believe.
Yeah, he didn't seem like a nutcase like I was expecting. That's fair. I meant if he was telling the truth.
Oh, well, he didn't appear appear to be lying, but I'm not equipped with interrogation sensors. You have more experience with this than I do. Do you think he was telling the truth?
I do. I don't think he was telling us everything. Yeah, this one.
I'll continue observing you and try to discern how to read people as we question them. A useful skill I find myself sorely lacking in. Lead on. Don't forget, we're still here to actually break up these protests. Let's see if we can't figure out a solution together.
Sure.
Make sure to look around and think carefully. I'm sure we'll find something.
Okay, so I didn't know there was this part of the screen here. Oh, there's more screen this way. What the heck is this? Video billboard. A video billboard cycling through advertisements for a few different things. Destroy, please save love. It said, please destroy love. Neo SF. What's okay today is not tomorrow. I'm leaving you. What? Oh, it must be playing a trailer. VR destroys love. Oh, okay. Please save love. So yeah, like what's okay today may not be okay tomorrow. Like, what do you call it? Like, if you ever watched some, what do you call it? Some comedians, like let's say even 15 years ago, it was, there's a lot of things that they wouldn't be able to do today. Like if you watch some of Dave Chappelle's, what do you call it? The Chappelle Show, he admits on the first episode that he's racist, but I think, well, it's the Chappelle Show, so he's just, he's just saying it just for jokes and giggles and stuff like that. But I wouldn't, a sketch show like that today, I don't think it would fly very, very well. Okay, first the news, then a commercial for the VR drama Tomorrow's Tears. Okay, let's see here. The popular mainstream news shows are more scandalized and sensationalized than your brand of journalism. Okay. You caress the video screen, but it's not a touch screen. Get back to work. Now is not the time for video games. When all doom and gloom of the news is said and done, we ask you, the viewer, what's okay? Don't cry for me, teary Tina. At least not until tomorrow. Oh, the drama. What is this, a brick? An off-color brick stuck in the wall. It looks pretty loose, seems wobbly. Let's talk to the brick. It's not looking for anything serious right now. That's funny. I like some of these little, what do you call it? I like some of these cute little responses that you get sometimes when you try to do something odd like that. Totally ignoring you. It's like talking to, well, Okay, let's pull out the brick. A loose brick wobbles as you palm the wall.
Do you think it would be okay to take that?
Pull the brick out? Yeah, why not? Might come in handy for something. Yeah. You take the brick. It's thick and heavy, but you can carry it around. Maybe even find a use for it. Throw it in somebody's face when you're in danger. Okay, mini stop. It's a wave shelter, so Mooney riders can keep out of the rain. They're actually pretty comfortable after a long night out. Well, what are they exactly? Are they like a heating area? Next bus on fire. Next bus, 32 minutes, 33 minutes. Okay, and there's a cat waiting at the shelter. A moderately large tabby cat basks in its own self-satisfaction. Yes, seems very satisfied about being a cat.
I'm actually quite a fan fan of cats. They provided consistent entertainment online for me when all I had to do was sit around and search the mesh all day.
Talk to cat. No, pet the cat. The kitty starts to sway its tail as you stroke it. Does that mean it's happy? It rolls onto its back, then swipes your hand when you reach for its belly. I don't know why cats do that. They roll on their back. I guess you're meant to keep petting around their neck area. Because when I see a cat roll on its back, I kind of just want to turn my hand into like a dog or something and go. No, but I'll probably get scratched out. Talk to cat. Oh, it actually mewed. Oh, expert meow. Holy cow, now that's a meow. Okay, let's go this way. Genus sign, I didn't look at that. Genus is one of the leading gene therapy clinics in the city. It's a spot frequented by hybrids getting their medical care. That's what makes it a target. It's a hotbed of political issues all materialized in a physical location. Oh, open sign. The Hassie Bar is another favorite local spot that is open 24/7. The best place to find plenty of great new Hassie flavors. Door, weather ROM. Okay, open sign.
Maybe we'll find something inside there, or we could at least get a drink.
They need 2 open signs to show how not closed they are. Hassie Holdings just released the new Hassie Hot Cup, a disgusting combination of Hot Cup instant ramen and Hassie Hot. In a rush, get a Hassie Hot Cup for your nudes and Hass all in one go. Now that's convincing. No ramen is that instant. Try inside. Sorry, this is an obstacle that clearly cannot be overcome. No noodles for you today. No soup for you. You can't make an order out here. That's not a speaker. You'll be lucky to get a pair of chopsticks. What is the Sutro Tower? Even though it has been around for so long, Sutro Tower is still very useful as a powerful broadcasting antenna for high-speed data. I wonder why the music changed. It remains a beautiful reminder of the antiquated technologies of centuries past. Now we have sexy saxophone music.
Interesting. A RSU Climate Control ROM model 6703, if I am not mistaken. Apparently it is owned by the Hassie Bar based on this identification marker. Don't ask me how it works. I don't have any clue about the thermodynamics involved. If you want to learn more about it, perhaps someone in the Hassie Bar can answer your questions.
Okay, use weather ROM.
This kind of ROM requires an RFID key to access it. It appears to be owned by the nearby Hassie Bar.
The weather ROM scoots away from you so you can't get close enough to mess with it.
Let's not. Two's company, three's a cloud.
Is Turin insulting another ROM? Okay, let's go inside. Look at door. The Hassie Bar door has a festive wreath on it. The wreath smells like Hassie. What is Hassie exactly? Okay, let's take a look around here. Winda. Sidewalk is mostly empty. Besides all of those protesters. Hey, this Hassie Bar has a great view of Sutro Tower. It may be nice outside, but it's always hard to leave a Hassie Bar. especially because this is a window, not a door. No, you can't climb out the window. It's Christmas. This is the most picturesque Christmas tree imaginable. Its branches are perfectly spaced. Every decoration is placed meticulously. Is this even a real tree? They can make really convincing plastic trees these days. Pure Christmas spirit flows through you momentarily. You feel like buying something. Movie poster. Look. A feature documentary exploring the queer side of virtual reality. It's being shown at the Castro Theater next week as a part of a marathon of tech media films. Another VR poster, a business drama called Tomorrow's Tears. It's a period piece set in the late 1980s Japan, during the bubble economy just before the lost decade. Are they calling the 90s a lost decade? Spotless, as expected, from hydrophobic suede. The color and texture matches the counter, so they were probably a set.
No time to rest anymore, sleepyhead. We have our mission. Let's get to it. Full steam ahead.
He is so gung-ho. Tyrion gets really impatient anytime you take a seat, but they never notice if you're just wasting time or stopping to smell the roses. Duck Game. Duck Game began as a traditional video game, but has recently become a popular VR sport. All the kids are quacking about it. Don't waste too much time quacking, or you'll be a sitting, well, you know, customer. Everyone loves Hassie. Looks like they got a Hassie Infinity. Hassie Bar customers tend to be regulars. With the new Hassie Hot Cups, you could last all day in here. Well, let's talk to him now. I really do like a good sassy Hassie. Hassie Hot is also great. If you haven't tried it yet, definitely go get a Hassie Hot Chocolate. I'm starting to think Hassie is like a weird word for, like, I don't know, it's a drug or something. It's a computable, good for playing games and reading feeds while sipping a Hassie. Maybe Hassie is like kind of like the new, the new coffee or something, a new type of stimulant. Like most things in the Hassie bar, it emits a subtle, pleasant glow. You touch the surface of the table, and your own interface window appears. You can play games or watch videos, even order another drink right here. Okay, I think the same thing. Okay, yeah. Oh. Dang it, didn't mean to leave. Okay, what is this VR drama poster? It's a poster for Magical Commander Yukino, a magical girl VR drama. It looks like it was signed, maybe by the actress? What is that? Look at plant. There are rumors that plants here are actually given Hassie, not water. What the heck is Hassie?
Maybe a Hassie would help your plant at home.
You tap on the glass. The plant doesn't seem to notice. Some plants have been shown to respond to vibration. This plant doesn't seem to be one of them. Hassie bar owner, robot, Hassie bar menu. Look at counter. The counter is so clean that it shines. It almost looks like it's emitting its own light. Oh, they're actually backlit. Subtle. You can see a different Hassie through the glass, but you can't reach in and grab one, only the Hassie ROM can. It doesn't open. It's like a donut shop. Look at the Hassie bar menu. Hassie. It's the digital Hassie menu. Even when you don't want a drink, it's fun to watch the screen flash.
They have all the basic Hassie flavors, but their specialty menu has other Hassie bar exclusive drinks like Sassy Hassie, Poison Hassie, Classy Hassie, or a Grassy Hassie shot.
Can you say Hassie again?
You should get a Hassie hot chocolate from their seasonal menu.
If you want a Hassie, you have to pay the Hassie ROM. Okay, let's talk to the bar owner. She seems bored. Since there's a ROM that handles all the ordering, there's not much for her to do right now. She has a cool fashion sense.
Aw, that is the most adorable little ROM. What kind of model is it? Where did you get it? It's so moe.
Moe. It's a custom build. Oh, they're a custom model. Okay, the multi-can, a custom model.
Oh wow, you don't see a whole lot of those around. Must have taken ages to get that case looking that good, with the home printer too. I'm impressed. Anyway, what can I get you?
Okay, a drink and maybe some information.
A drink I can do, and I guess I have some time to talk. The protesters outside the clinic are driving off a lot of my regular customers. Filling up my bathroom too, jerks. So, what do you want to know?
Okay, tell me about yourself. Is that your climate control ROM outside? You called Turing Moe? I think that's everything. Okay, let's start from the top.
Oh, I never introduced myself, did I? I'm Ramona. I guess there isn't much to tell. I went to college, got a degree, took out a loan, and bought this place. Now I spend my days trying to find enough time and money to sustain my VR drama addiction. My priorities are justice, cute stuff, and magical girls, in that order. What else? I pretty much don't leave the store.
You don't seem pleased about the human revolution.
Look, they've got the right to protest, but I don't have to like it. Once they're done with the hybrids, I know they'll be coming for me next. So I'll be voting appropriately. And if I have to unclog one more toilet because I'm an entitled, bigoted jerkface, I will lose my goddamn mind!
Why would they come after you? Maybe they'll view Hassie as like a drug or something? An addiction? Kind of like nicotine, caffeine?
Oh, you can't tell? I've got a cybernetic arm and leg, thanks to an autocap crash when I was a kid. I also got Neuralinks for VR interfacing. If it was up to those dinosaurs, I'd be stuck in a wheelchair right now. Or worse, depending on how far back they want to push our medical technology. It's already illegal for me to have a rocket-powered fist. What more do they want?
Is that your climate control ROM outside?
It does a good job, huh? Yeah, that's mine. Well, technically, it's property of Hassie Holdings. We spent some mints on it, but the rest of the block helps pitch in for maintenance costs since I usually set it to patrol the whole area. You should check it out when we do Christmas in July. It can cover the whole street in snow, as long as it's cloudy enough to keep the sun off. Sort of like today.
Would you mind if I take it for a spin?
Sorry, but that thing cost me way too many credits to let just anyone poke at it. I would need to see some serious credentials before I let you mess with it. You know, enough to make sure you can afford to replace it if you break it. Otherwise, no touching.
Okay, you called the Turing Moe? Moe?
Sorry. Otaku speak. I just mean he's really cute and lovable, and you kind of want to hug him forever, you know? A lot of otaku come around here, probably because I own the place. I'm used to being able to shoot my mouth off and not explain all the jargon.
Otaku as in Japanese cartoons?
Yeah, I know it's a bit out of fashion, but I'm a history buff. The past really gives context to stories of the present. You know what I mean? I've been to Tokyo twice already.
I've been to Tokyo 0 times.
The old otaku resist the new culture of the saishi in the same way their parents refused to give up cassette tapes.
The Saishi.
Oh, sorry. The Saiba Shibito. The Cyber Dead.
Cyber Dead.
In the early 21st century, Japan had an epidemic of chronic shut-ins, and the rise of direct link virtual reality only made that worse. Suddenly, people weren't just refusing to leave their rooms, they were refusing to leave their heads. But as the technology got better, the Saishi were the first to figure out how to use their own brains to sculpt cyberspace. Computers are good at thinking in straight lines, but the human brain is capable of so much more. The best virtual landscapes, the most real VR dramas and games are created by the Saishi. Now, even if an earthquake or a meteor or whatever leveled Japan, they'd still have Neo Tokyo built on the VR net.
So, Tokyo doesn't exist?
But enough babbling. If you're interested, I'm sure you could find more out on the mesh, or use an induction helmet to visit Neo Tokyo yourself. It's a trip, especially for newbies.
Okay, so if she said she's been to Tokyo twice, it's probably through her VR headset, so that almost doesn't count. Well, that doesn't count. I think that's everything.
Okay, enjoy your drink and let me know if you need anything else.
Hassie ROM.
This ROM serves up the Hassie. Just look at the menu and pick a drink, then give your order to the Hassie ROM.
Touch Hassie ROM.
Please don't touch the Hassie ROM.
If you want a Hassie, just tell the ROM your order. Okay. You buy a Hassie Light. Yum. You go for another grape Hassie. Alright. Let's take a look at our items. Okay, super spoiled milk. Medium range electro laser pistol. A business card. A brochure for the human revolution. A brick, no Hassie. Look at brick. A heavy brick from Market Street. What about this one? Look at brochure. It's propaganda. And they really could have used better paper stock. Business card. Dr. Yannick Fairlight's contact information is on the front. Okay, let's leave. So where do we go now? Let's look at the map. Okay. Market Street. It says we still need to be here. Okay, let's talk to this guy again. Look at Brian Mulberry. Nice podium. An animated older man leads a group of protesters.
Have you heard of the human revolution?
Yes.
Join the human revolution and help stop the rampant spread of dangerous and uncontrollable technologies.
Police ROM. Okay, what do I do here? Whoops. Okay,
Hey again.
man, if you take the weather ROM for a spin,
Sorry, but that thing cost. I would need to see some
serious credentials.
Otherwise,
Okay,
okay. Okay. And
We will show her some credentials, business card.
Dr. Yannick Fairlight. I've heard of him. Super rich guy? Used to own System 1? Why are you giving me his card?
I work for him. He's looking to buy a climate control ROM like yours.
Yes. He's getting on in years, and it would be useful for when he goes out and about. That's why we wanted to see it before.
I need a close look at it to make sure it'll suit his purposes.
Yeah, okay. I guess you can take a peek. Don't bust it, though. I scanned this card, and I swear if you break my ROM, I'll be calling your boss.
Ooh, okay.
Here's the RFID key to access it.
Nice.
Thank you. This will surely be useful for our needs. Shall we go check it out?
Yes. Okay, let us leave.
This ROM has multiple different climate control settings. Maybe we could make things a little more festive. Christmas is my favorite season.
Really?
Should I switch it to snow mode?
Yes. Yeah, turn this baby on.
It's snowing? Okay, people, I for one didn't bring any winter wear. Let's call it a day for now.
Snow mode deactivated.
Excellent work! While I still have doubts about the moral superiority of using subterfuge to disperse a protest, we at least accomplished our goal peacefully. And to be frank, considering how the human revolution is clearly working against my personal interests, I won't waste many clock cycles puzzling that ethical quandary out.
That's a pretty that's a pretty complicated way of saying it won't bother. It won't bother you. Well, you won't let it bother you.
Might I draw your attention to those youths over yonder?
The Utes?
Counterculture clothing, obvious bad attitudes, and graffiti paraphernalia. Those could be our suspects who damaged my home in the name of revolution.
Couldn't hurt to check it out. Maybe let's go talk to them. Really? Deduce that all on your own, Sherlock? Okay. Maybe let's talk to them.
Right. We should approach them cautiously as to not start a confrontation with the wrong individuals. They may even point us to the true culprits. Oh no, they've noticed our attentions. Come along, maybe we can catch them.
Oh. Into the cab they go.
We'll never catch them on foot. Hold on, I'm calling for an auto cab of our own. I know it seems a great deal of trouble for such a tenuous lead, but I have a hunch about them. The wicked flee when no man pursueth. The auto cab is estimated to take 5 minutes to arrive. We'll never be able to engage in pursuit fast enough to catch up to them. Perhaps we should call Tomcat.
Sure.
Maybe they can do some bit of techno-wizardry and stop that cab.
Good idea. Ring them up.
Excellent. Hold on while I connect us.
Howdy, folks. How's the search for the data cache going?
Actually, that's what we're calling about, Tomcat. We may have located the perpetrators, but they eluded us and are making their escape in an autocab. We attempted to use a cab of our own to tail them, but it hasn't arrived and they're getting away.
You know, they'd probably be like 2 blocks, 3 blocks away by now.
Can you hack the cab and stop it?
Oof, no can do, little guy.
Yeah, that was a pretty tall order. She's probably not even near a phone, near a computer.
Security on those cabs is tight, and the dang thing will shut down its external net connection long before I get in. Unless... Oh, I have an idea. Sit tight for just a sec.
Oh, she is by a computer.
Alright, that went faster than spit on a skillet. I did a job a few years back and had to break into the city's central traffic network. Do me a favor and don't ask why. The back door I drilled into that long ago is still wide open. I'm logging into the traffic management system now. Wait. Oh, shit. They may not have fixed that back door, but they did install a new counter-intrusion VI. Oh, the damn thing is hot on my tail.
What's a VI? A VI. Your accent is really annoying with all the technical the jargon. What can we do? What's a VI?
Virtual intelligence. They're kind of like Turing, except less creative and inventive, and definitely not sapient. But they're nasty enough at hunting down hackers and crackers if you're willing to pay for a good one. I gotta take care of this VI. I'm gonna need the two of you to handle the traffic system. Turing, I'm passing control to you. Hold tight. I'm gonna be doing some 2 sets of hands on 1 keyboard kind of hacking.
I remember seeing that video. I think it was a CSI or something like a show like that.
Just push on the map and loading up on Turin's face. Sorry, Turin.
Okay, so there's the taxi.
Ooh, they're on the move.
Here's how it works. Use your display map to keep track of their cab and redirect it back to you.
Okay.
You can trigger traffic nodes at intersections so the cab thinks the streets are blocked off. Do it right, and you should be able to steer them right back to you.
Okay.
You just gotta make sure to stop them where you're at, or else they'll just go running off on foot. I'll put a goal marker on the map for you. You
Okay.
can trigger any node on the map at any time, so plan ahead. I'd say you'll have time for 2 moves every time they hit an intersection. If they go off the map, though, you'll lose them.
Okay.
Block every road that leads out of our grid, and watch the places with 3 exits you can't all cover in one go-around. Just hurry. I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to keep this VI from messing on the carpet, and once I kill the connection, this old trick is over.
Okay.
I'll tap into the cab control node they're currently arriving at. Our top priority is to ensure they cannot leave the area Tomcat's given us access to. I'll mark the southern exit as closed first.
Okay.
We only have time to block off 2 routes before the autocab will make a decision and move. We shouldn't block the route back here. We have to stop them where we can catch them. Once you get them back here, press the big button on top of the map to short-wire the autocab.
Okay.
Be careful. If you stop their ride anywhere else, they'll just run off. What do you think our next move should be?
Okay, let's block them to the north. Don't let them move east. Yeah.
Turn, I can't have you talking. It's messing with the signal.
Okay.
It's up to you now. Don't let those punks escape, and don't trap them anywhere that's not here.
Okay.
We can access any of the control nodes in the area at any time. Plan ahead, and we should be able to get them. Got it?
Yep. Okay. Okay, so no going this way. No going this way. Oh, crud.
They're getting away!
Don't panic just yet. I managed to force the cab to mosey back over to your grid.
Oh, okay.
Definitely a one-shot trick, though. Those VIs are all over the path I used. Be careful, y'all. This is your last shot.
Alright. There we go. He'll turn this way and turn this way, so I guess I just gotta close off more areas. What? Okay. Okay, stop taxi.
Ha, we've got them now. Let's go! I'm gonna go stop them, and then we can interrogate the miscreants.
What the hell do you want? Who do you think you're messing with, huh? You ain't got nothing on us, and if you don't get out of my way, I'll mess you up.
Hey, what do you think we should do? We haven't observed them doing anything illegal, and we could potentially make this go over smoothly. Or we could share news of this encounter with Lexi before things get out of hand. These two seem agitated already, and it may be best to make sure they're handled by the appropriate authorities. Those are the options I deduced: questions or cops. It's up to you. How do you want to do this?
Okay, be smart to grill them and see what they know. Lexi will know what to do. Time to face the law, boys. Let's go with this one.
We just have a few questions for you, sirs. If you'd be so kind as to give us a few minutes of your time.
Shut up. Shank us in the gut.
Did you not hear what I...
Maybe we should just answer their questions. I mean, we didn't do anything wrong, right?
Right! We ain't got nothing to hide.
What's in the bag? What's the spray paint for?
We're newbie street artists.
These are the tools of our trade.
These are all above board and legal. We just got done making a piece for a client.
A client?
That's right. We're artists.
Okay, what's in the bag?
You a cop? Cause if you ain't, we ain't got nothing in the bag.
Why'd you run?
Running? Who's I running from? You calling me a coward?
I don't think that's what they were insinuating.
Right. We just got places to get to, and gotta go fast. You're holding us up.
This is ridiculous.
Enough! Stop assuming you can misdirect us with blustery words and feigned ignorance. I've matched the hues of those paints and the patterns of the bottom of your shoes with 95% accuracy to the scene of Hayden Weber's apartment. Now tell us what you were doing there and why you stole Hayden's data cache.
Now you're accusing us of stealing? Why, I oughta...
Chad, I think they're onto us. Maybe we just answer their questions so they don't go to the cops?
Damn it, Oliver! I told you I'm Starfucker now!
I only went along with this because you said we would go to a movie afterwards. I don't even care about this human revolution stuff. Just because your dad...
Don't talk about my dad. Fine. Whatever. We'll answer your friggin' questions.
Okay, why tag Hayden's apartment? Do you know anything about Hayden's kidnapping? Okay.
Aw, man. No big reason. I mean, he's a big hotshot researcher at Parallax, right? We heard a rumor his place was empty. Who's gonna pass up a sweet target like that? We don't need any more of this tech shit, like your lippy Rom over there.
He's real. He's such a he's like he almost comes off as whiny. Do you know anything about Hayden's kidnapping?
Kidnapped? He's been kidnapped?
Shit, we ain't got nothing to do with that. We just sliced the door controls and trashed the place. Wasn't nobody there.
Why did you take the data cache?
I told you we didn't steal nothing.
Be quiet, Chad. I don't want to go to juvie. Here, you can have it.
Data cache added.
Okay, well, thanks for giving it back.
Stay out of trouble. You're good kids. Maybe you should give up vandalizing people's homes. You're lucky we don't call the cops.
Yeah, whatever. Just get out of my way.
We hope you find that Hayden guy. And we're real sorry. We weren't trying to hurt anyone.
All right, let's go catch that movie.
Great! Can we get dinner first?
Sure, whatever you want.
And now we're supposed to go to see Tomcat.
That's not right. I'm certain I deactivated snow mode. Incoming call from Tomcat.
Hey, folks. Jess just called and told me she has a clear way to the access node. She'll get you inside, and I'll walk you through connecting me so I can access the Parallax network. That should help our hunt. Did you get the data cache?
Yes, those punks happen to have it.
Oh, great. We don't have time to worry about it right now, though. Go to Stardust and drop it off with Majid for me, okay? He'll hold it to pass on to me once I get there. I managed to trigger an alert within Parallax's network security, and they're gonna be moving their logs from one secure server to another. I need y'all in place of that access node before they do. No time for lollygagging.
No problem, Tomcat. We'll make our way there directly after we return to Stardust. We can worry about the weather ROM's malfunction later. Let's go. Our mission for Jess is done.
Okay, so we can leave. Where do we go now? Oh, so we're going to, where is it? Stardust Club. Okay, let's go inside.
Welcome to Star.
There's Majid. We should leave this data cache with him first, like Tomcat asked.
Okay, item. Data cache.
All right. Tomcat asked me to take that off your hands and pass it on to them later. Thanks for getting it to me.
Data cache removed from items.
I won't pester you about what it is. I know things are always very hush-hush with Tomcat. I'll make sure they get it later today.
Excellent. Thank you.
Okay. Leave. And map. Oh wait, we're still supposed to do something here. I kind of zoned out when they were talking a little bit. I was thinking of something to do about tomorrow. Okay, let's go inside.
Welcome
To Stardust. Distant patron. Lone hybrid with horns coming out of their head. Okay. Gets closed off for special nights and events, but usually it's so busy and there's no point in waiting to get in. Okay. You have to rank the friendliness of your bouncer you met to higher end to talk.
You again? All right, I'll let you in. But you better stay out of trouble.
Yep. Will do. Okay, let's talk to Jess. It's Jess, your feline hybrid acquaintance. Things haven't gone too smoothly with her so far. Nope.
Hey, I heard from my friends down the street that the protesters are gone. Must have been you, huh?
Yep.
Alright then. I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt and return the favor. Tomcat said that if you got to an old abandoned access node, you might be able to find out what happened to Hayden.
So she's finally helping.
I called up a buddy who's on night shift for Parallax tonight. He can buzz you in, but if anything happens, you broke in. This puts us at about even. Don't think about drawing any more debits for a while. Good luck. Keep me out of your shit.
Cool. Okay, let's leave. Map. So, dog patch. Oh, dog patch. Nighttime.
This is the place Tomcat said we should head to. Unassuming and quiet. I'll be honest, I don't think I would be in this section of the city without Jess giving us the all clear. The crime statistics are quite alarming, so let us get done with our errand here and move on to safer ground.
Okay, don't be worried about getting mugged. Let's hope she sticks to her half of the bargain. Good to see her self-preservation routines working overtime. Okay, so there's usually like 3 different types of responses when you're talking to people. There's the what do you call it? There's the affirmative, the affirming response, and then there's the almost somewhat neutral response, and the pessimistic or negative response. I prefer to stick with this one.
I can't help it. Stealing a ROM is considered petty theft, and I'd really rather not be taken by some miscreants out to pawn me for a minor amount of credits. Our hypothetical kidnapper wouldn't even be punished worse than a slap on the wrist if it were a first offense. Though I suppose I shouldn't get too worked up about the legal system not accounting for machine sapience. I am the first. That I know of, anyway.
Okay, let's take a look around here. Generator, look. Beautiful turbo generator out here just generating energy. I wonder what's using all this extra power. Okay, let's look at it again. A deep hum echoes throughout the alley. It would be relaxing if this place weren't so sketchy. Turbo generators are really solidly built, and it's not easy to get into without smashing them apart.
Let's leave it alone. Neither you nor I have any ability to make this generator more efficient.
Yes, Turing, the only reason we want to mess with it is to try and improve the block's energy system. Brrrr.
I can imitate some similar appliance turbine sounds for you, if you enjoy it so much.
What is this? Fan. Gotta keep the generator cool, or else you know it'll break. As you observe the fan spinning, you can't help but wonder if it could be a metaphor for your life. It turns and turns. Its only purpose is to dissipate the waste of energy of a consumptive process. Pipe. The pipe is doing all good pipes do. It's pumping out that energy. This fan needs no service. If you break the fan, the whole generator would fry. It's a little grimy, but the fact it hasn't been stolen to sell yet means folks here need it, hands off. Out with the used, in with the unused. You can't pull it off the generator, no matter how hard you try. It's also scalding hot, so it's not the best idea to keep touching it. Litter. Standard plastic bag, level litter. Looks like it's crusted onto the sidewalk somehow. You know, this being the future and all, I'm surprised that there's still plastic bags, because they're already getting rid of them. Well, they're kind of phasing them out nowadays. Even straws. I see a lot of paper straws and paper cutlery. Like, disposables. Look at litter. You have a strange fascination with stray garbage. Even if you wanted to pick that up, it's practically scum welded to the streets. That's a good way of describing that. Did something just move around in there? Inside there? Talk to litter. Gives a new meaning to trash talk.
I know I can be a bit verbose, but surely I'm more interesting to speak to than literal trash.
Okay. Street art.
You know, right after we found Hayden's apartment in such disarray, I started looking into graffiti and street art more thoroughly. I have never much considered doing any of it myself, but it seems like an interesting avenue to pursue once I move beyond abstract expressionism. The simpler tags, visual shoutings of identity and existence. They exhibit a feeling I can sympathize with, but it's these larger pieces, riots of color and chaos, that really interest me. Petty vandalism is beneath me, but there are other avenues for the practice. For example, did you know that Los Angeles in the mid-2030s legalized the tagging of mural-style street art on any building without requiring permission from the owner or city?
That, I don't know if that would actually fly or not.
It was chaos of the highest degree for a while, but now the place is truly remarkable. Perhaps I will visit once this is all done with.
That graffiti is actually the symbol of gonzo journalism.
Ah, I hadn't even noticed. Do you have much experience with gonzo journalism yourself? Reporting after or during direct participation? If you do end up writing on this experience, whatever you produce would be the very definition of it. You're too close to be objective now, and you're a key subject in this event. It doesn't seem to be your usual style, but you couldn't go another route at this point, and you're in the clear as you didn't instigate the situation. I've never had much interest in the practice, but spending so much time around you has taught me to look at events in a different light, perhaps only because I can verify your personal experiences as fact. Sorry, I'm rambling again, aren't I? And we're on a schedule. I don't even want to think about this. What if we don't find Hayden? What if we do? My memory processors are shot from the stress of the past day. It's already taken a toll on me. But never mind. Let's find that access node. Let's find Hayden.
Okay, street art. Look at street art.
I've taken a few photos of this piece and other sights we've seen along our journey. I'm going to put together a digital scrapbook of sorts when this is all over. I'm going to show it to Hayden. I've taken a few photos of this piece and other sights we've seen along our... I'm going to show it...
Okay, use street art. This wall's pretty grimy. Stop touching it.
Keep those dirty hands away from it. You didn't bring any hand sanitizer.
Did it actually just say something to you? Staring into this eye-hand thing is really hypnotic.
Are you feeling all right?
Okay, apartment door.
This is the door to an apartment building. It's not the access node. Can we go? I'm really nervous and I want to find out what happened to Hayden. Don't! The access node is next door to this building. That's the wrong place.
You knock on the door anyway. Luckily, it's just a hallway.
Don't wake the Nabots!
The Nabots?
Did I say Nabots? I meant neighbors. Sorry, I'm really tired. Besides, this is the wrong door.
There's still no one there, but it's good to see Turing's exhausted pleading didn't sway her heart a smidge.
This is the door to the access node that Tomcat told us about. We need to use the buzzer to get inside.
There's nothing really to see beyond the gate. It's just an alley to another door.
The guard isn't actually here. You need to press the buzzer on the door to get access.
Oh, okay.
Ready to press the buzzer?
Yes. Yes.
Parallax Walk, AN-19 security.
Hello?
Yes, can I help you?
We're friends of Jess. This is Parallax Technician 329B here for routine inspection. 2312 4910. We're friends of Jess.
I was wondering when you'd get there. You're at the access node on Cesar Chavez in Indiana, right?
Yes.
That's right.
Good. Be quick. Don't touch anything. Got it?
Sure.
This conversation never happened, and you're on your own if you get caught out there. I hope you find what you're looking for.
This is it. Let's go inside, and I'll call Tomcat.
Alright, so what do we do now?
This place doesn't look like it's had any maintenance in years. I hope the systems are still functional. Oh, I forgot you can't see in darkness. Maybe that switch over there adjusts the lighting.
Okay, look. Looks like the light switch for the room. It's currently toggled to off. Turn on.
Oh, Tomcat is pinging us, forwarding video and audio.
Howdy. Y'all at the access node?
Yep.
I'm set to slice in once Turn makes physical access.
Of course, Tomcat. Just walk me through how to connect myself, and I'll give you the necessary system permissions to use me as an interface.
Just patch yourself into the links terminal down there, and I should be able to get started.
Connecting wirelessly to it now. Permissions granted.
Cool.
Please be careful in there.
Don't worry, doll. I'm an old hand at this. You won't notice a thing. One sec. Oh, shoot. Y'all have a bit more to do before I can get the info we need.
Ooh, what do we do?
This system's still running on old cassettes, and the recall slot is empty. Can't call up Hayden's info file without it. There should be a cassette on the opposite side of the wall we can overwrite with the recall program. Pretty sure all that one was used for was phone monitoring. You know, from back when phone networks were separate from data networks. I swear, y'all, I just turned 22. Anyways, we need to move that cassette across the room to access the records. Figure out how to do that and hit me back up when you've done it.
Okay. Utility arm guide. Look at that.
According to this poster, the data cassettes can only be moved by using the links panel to control the utility arm.
The poster has lots of technical details about the utility arm. Cassette row, links terminal, cassette row, no checklist, light switch, warning label, tangled wires, hanging wires, display screens, utility arm, warning label. This sign warns that this area contains high voltage.
Don't touch any live wires!
Alright. Look at node checklist. A list of things to check to make sure that everything is running okay. It basically says we should make sure that all the screen says okay before leaving the node. Let's look at the tangled wires. Dirty tangled wires lay on the floor. Where are the standards?
They seem like the least efficient way to make any kind of connections.
That's the kind of thing you aren't supposed to touch, right? Probably one of the better examples. Oh.
What's going on down there? Something shorted the main breaker and everything switched over to the auxiliary. Try not to wreck the node before you get what you went down there for.
Cassette. Hanging wires. Cassette row. Look at cassette row. Modern versions of cassette like these are 1/10 the size. Still, even these antiques hold exabytes of information. I wonder how big an exabyte is. Is that 1,000 terabytes or... Okay, you know what? I'm gonna look it up very quickly because I don't know too much about what beyond terabytes. Let's see, exabyte. Okay, an exabyte is 1,000,000 terabytes. Okay. A petabyte, a tebibyte, terabyte, gibibyte, gigabyte, megabyte. So 1,000,000 terabytes is an exabyte. Exabytes of information. Or did it say 100,000 terabytes? Pretty sure it says, let's see, 1,000. Yeah, 1,000,000 terabytes. That's crazy. These drives have enough storage to hold audio and video recordings of the lives of every person in the mission. And this was before Parallax started distributing ROMs. These aren't the cassettes you need, so don't touch. You have no idea what tampering with them could ruin. Okay. Cassette, look. This must be the cassette Tomcat was talking about. It's pretty high up there, and it doesn't look like it's been moved in a long time. Should be safe to overwrite. You can't reach it from down here. The arm must be the only way to move it. Even if he could reach it, it looks locked in place. Hanging wires, look.
Loose wires, be careful!
You can't tell if they're active or not, but it isn't worth finding out. Random graphs and diagnostics being tracked. There's no way of knowing what causes them to move. Look at utility arm. A robotic arm used to move data cassettes around the node. How would you like one of those for an arm, Turing?
Is there something wrong with my arms? I was certain Hayden installed state-of-the-art prototypes.
Your arms are fine. I was just joking.
Oh, I see. Humorous. This model is extremely antiquated, though. I doubt it has anything approaching the precision of modern servomotor appendages, to say nothing of the strength.
Okay, Link's terminal. This terminal should give you access to some of the node systems. The monitor shows the logo for Link's data system. Let's use. Logging into a Link server to Z77.gamma. Welcome to Link's. Okay, access security records. Authentication needed. Please use biometric reader to log in. Use biometric reader to authenticate. Reconnecting. Network connection established. Error. Invalid permissions.
What the heck's going on down there? The node just lit up with all sorts of VI activity.
Oh.
Did you just... You're connected to Parallax's maintenance network?
Whoops.
How would you go online? Now we'll never be able to use this node again. Oh, get to cracking.
Okay, operate data transfer arm. Retract arm. Turn arm. Move arm left. Okay, extend arm. Retract arm. There we go. Turn arm. Move arm right. And then extend arm.
Nice job. I'm gonna put some more pressure on them to move the data now, and we'll see if we can't slurp it right out of this network trunk. You would have thought that someone would have noticed and decommissioned this access node when the neighborhood went to hell, but this mouse is happy to play while the cat is away.
Why is this place usable for us anyway?
Way back when I was a youngin', when I first hacked into Parallax's network, I mostly did it to make a point, yeah? They were just about to launch the MeshNet system, and I wanted to show the whole darned world that their security had more holes in it than Swiss cheese. Of course, I wasn't too shy about poking in a few more holes of my own devising while I was there. After putting in some more tricky software backdoors, I went ahead and deleted this access node off the maintenance schedule. Then I reassigned the guy who was supposed to keep an eye on it to a different location. They were in the process of buying up a whole gaggle of these nodes in preparation to set up a private network for themselves. All just to use for the MeshNet launch. Maybe a little too confident of them. Most of the software holes have been patched out as they've upgraded their network, but this old place is just as forgotten as I left it.
Why would they move the data?
I've been targeting one of their data centers with a botnet-driven DDoS attack, hitting every port into its network that I can find. Ain't likely to do much, but toss in a few attempts to crack the firewall and their VIs are shitting bricks. It's standard procedure for them to move their sensitive data to a different data center in case the attacker actually gets in. Make enough noise and it'll scare them enough into taking some defensive action, which is where we want them. The files are more vulnerable in transit.
Let us know when you're done.
Now y'all just hold tight. I'll be done with this lickety-split. Surveillance camera footage.
What did they see?
Oh, God. Oh, Turing. I'm so sorry.
Hayden is dead, isn't he?
What is it, Tomcat? What did you find?
He's gone, Turin.
Of course he's gone, Tomcat. That's why we're here.
No, he's dead.
Shit. I mean, he's gone, Turin. Hayden is dead.
Well, that obviously isn't right, Tomcat. Why would they kill him? Can you send me the relevant files? You must have missed something.
I don't think you should see it, but if you're sure. Parallax, they had security cam footage from the hallway outside Hayden's apartment encrypted on their network. Just a short clip. It looks like Hayden started to struggle with a couple of big dudes when they broke through the door and one of them shot him. I also found some chatter about it on some darknet channels. It wasn't a kidnapping. Somebody went there to murder him. I'm so damn sorry.
Thank you for your assistance in this matter, Tomcat.
Well, what now? Time for revenge?
I think I'll walk back to the apartment. I need some time to run some calculations about this new scenario. If you'll excuse me.
Should you follow them?
I'll need some time to myself too.
If you say so. Yeah, I'm gonna keep digging through this data until they kick me out of the system. I'll try to find some kind of lead on why this whole thing started in the first place. Maybe I can find something out about who killed Hayden and why Parallax has a copy of the footage. It ain't much of a silver lining, but we have the answer on Hayden's fate. Maybe it's time to call it quits.
I wonder if that guy in the chair is responsible for this.
Anyway, I'll talk to you later.
But no, he was helping it. He was wanting to figure out what happened to Hayden too. This game does not autosave, so please be sure to save frequently. Sure. Chapter 3? Oh yes. So we have a murder mystery on our hands now. Outer sunset. Still nighttime.
You're back.
How are you doing?
You know, Hayden was a brilliant programmer, far ahead of his time. I am a machine, and intrinsically, I do not have all the glands and visceral chemical reactions that make humans so emotional and brilliant. But his code is a flawless replication of that, inside my own personality algorithms. I don't think I've ever felt this anger. It fouls my processors and fills my RAM with frustrating, half-finished plans of revenge. My motherboard burns in my casing from how little I can rest. I'm in pain, and I can't make it go away. Ugh. I do not like the thoughts I'm having about the people who did this to him.
Can you turn them off?
I could. I can disable those modules. But if I turn off every emotion I don't want to feel, what does that make me? Would I still be me? If I were human, turning off my emotions would be seen as extremely unhealthy. There is a wealth of information on the meshnet about human psychology. I just don't know how much of it applies to myself. Either way, Hayden deserves my grief. It is my way of honoring him. It may be the only way I can. I offer it freely. Did you see the jade plant?
The jade plant?
Its death is unfortunate, but fitting.
Oh, my plant.
Yet another thing to be guilty for. Will you keep helping me? I need you. To find the bastards who killed my progenitor. I need to finish this. I don't know what I'll do afterwards, but I need to see this through.
Okay, we'll bring them to justice. We'll make them pay. We'll find them in the truth, Tori. Okay, let's see.
What does the truth mean anymore? What does it matter? Will finding the truth bring back Hayden? Will it fix the pain they've left me in? But I guess you're right. Knowing the whys and wherefores will bring closure to this. I could use a measure of closure.
Exactly.
I think for now we should keep knowledge of Hayden's death between you, Tomcat, and I. It may give us an edge if the people we seek don't know how much we've already discovered. We'll talk after you've had some time to rest. You likely need sleep, and I need some time to... I need some time.
Oh, okay, so automatically resting. Alright. So, I wasn't expecting to see that Hayden was killed. So I guess the sapient robot is ours now. USF, Outer Sunset. Daytime.
Good morning. I trust you slept well.
Sure. How about you?
I had ample time to recharge my internal batteries.
That's not what I meant. Good.
Now that we are both refreshed, I feel it wouldn't hurt to recap our progress and determine if any changes should be made based on our successes and failures. Let's talk about how things are going so far. Since your journalistic efforts are a big part of why I originally recruited you, we can start there. Your inquiring mind has been a huge boost in our journey thus far.
Cool.
As a Ron, I can't talk to people as intently as you, so I must say I'm quite grateful for your skills in that regard. You're diligent in your day-to-day work as well, which further grounds my hope in you. Beyond journalistic persistence, let's take a look at how we performed in other responsibilities, specifically our choices in overcoming obstacles.
Okay.
Our first major hurdle proved challenging, but we made use of our surroundings and found a creative avenue.
Oh, okay. To get what do you call it? The Lexi's ID and to disperse the protest. Oh yeah.
Furthermore, I am pleased with your utilization of non-violent methods. Eliminating any excessive risk should allow us to move swiftly. finally, I was quite impressed by your ability to adapt on the fly, as they say, and perform so well when thrust into a sudden situation. Lastly, I'd like to discuss how we're getting along with our companions and allies along the way. It's important. I was very impressed with your negotiation abilities with those kids. We got our data cache, and they went on their way, and hopefully learned a lesson too.
Okay, so he's kind of grading us on how well we performed for this part of the game, I guess.
Jess is a bit of a harder read, but she did agree to help us out in a big way. As long as her brash nature doesn't tempt you to lash out, I think things will go smoothly. Detective Rivers was good to involve as well, and I can tell you enjoy having a familiar face around. She could prove to be our greatest aid, as long as we make it worth her time. No funny business. Tomcat seems to genuinely care for our cause, and I have no trouble with letting their expertise guide us. Out of everyone else, they seem to be easiest to get along with, too.
Okay.
And finally, you and I.
You and I?
I must say, we have worked together better than I ever expected. I hope you feel the same.
Just the two of us.
I feel confident in our combined ability, and I enjoy your company as well. Please, continue showing me around the city as we continue our search.
So what, are we going out or something, or?
Unfortunately, we've just about run out of leads. Perhaps Tomcat was able to find something of use in Parallax's network while they were inside.
Okay, so maybe let's see what she found out. I'm sure they did. That seems a bit hopeless. Don't you have any ideas yourself? Well, he just provided all the ideas. I'm sure they did.
I hope so, but I feel a little bad for relying on them as much as we do. Always going so far for Hayden. They must have been close. Oh, speaking of them, incoming call from Tomcat. Forwarding video and audio.
Morning.
Morning.
Karen, how you been doing, huh?
I'm fine, Tomcat. Thank you for your concern.
Well, okay. Just say the word if I can help out in any way. You hear?
Of course. In fact, I was hoping you might have a lead for us to start working at. Otherwise, we're down to canvassing Hayden's address book and seeing if any of his contacts have an idea about who might have had a desire to target him. But that's just fishing in the dark.
Well, I pulled a fair amount of data from the Parallax servers before they managed to kick me out, but it'll take me a while to go through it. A lot of it's unrelated. TPS reports, maintenance logs. Juicy meat for other corporations, but about as useful as dirt to us. It'll take me a while to decrypt all of Hayden's files, but maybe we'll find something there. So, no, I don't have as much as a whiff of a trail on who's behind this.
All right.
Though, I recently got a strange request from a friend of a friend.
Strange request. Not strange like, you know... what do you call it? Can't think off the top of my head, but...
Someone's been messing with the articles of a news organization named Augmented Eye.
Augmented Eye. I wonder if it's related to that graffiti we seen.
It seems like the network security head there is asking around for cybercrackers to help figure out how their reports are getting changed. The original files on their servers are untouched. In their system, everything looks peachy keen. But when you view the site from the outside of the network, things are changed up. A word here, phrase there. It's subtle, but often has a big impact on the article's tone. Someone with deep access to Parallax's mesh net is changing what's being shown. I ain't sure if it's related, but maybe y'all can head down to the main KCOB offices and try talking to the gal that runs Augmented Eye. Her name is Zin.
Zin.
I ain't got the time or the desire to stick my nose that far out for a stranger, but it seems like your kind of deal.
It does seem to be a bit of a stretch. But if we have to wait for you to work on the data we've collected anyway...
We'd be happy to look into it.
Alright. I'll pass the word along that you'll be in sometime today to stick your noses in. And I'll send y'all word as soon as I get anything worth hunting down.
Excellent. Thank you, Tomcat. We are grateful for your continued assistance.
Woo.
No problem, Karen. Are you sure you're gonna be okay? Maybe you should take a little more time. You've been through some shit in the past few days.
I said I was fine. Thank you for your concern, but I am fine. I have already handled the reality of Hayden's death. It's time to move on with the investigation.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on you. I'm just worried. So, I'm here if you need anything.
Understood. I apologize for my tone, Tomcat. We'll be in touch.
Alright, later, Turn.
Okay, we have a lead, however tenuous. I've highlighted the COS-IO Corp office building on your map.
COS-IO Corp added to the city map.
Also, while we were talking to Tomcat, I received an email from Dr. Fairlight. Displaying.
Greetings. I hope you'll forgive me for a voice-only message, but I'm undergoing my treatments and would not call myself presentable for a video call. Still, I wanted to inform you of an idea I had while looking into our mutual acquaintance's disappearance. I haven't had any luck with my contacts inside Parallax, but I was reminded of an old friend by the name of Melody Flores, who may know more about the nature of Hayden's research. She's the owner of Flower Cybernetics, and Hayden has been known to work closely with them on projects involving the intersection of Parallax's systems and the implants that Flower designs. Melody and I are no longer on speaking terms, so I'm afraid I can't introduce you. But perhaps the intrigue of Hayden's little robot will get you entry into her home. I hope this lead serves you well. If you need anything else from me, I will be in and out of the hospital room where we met for the next few days. I will send word if I have any other insights or discoveries. Yours, Dr. Yannick Fairlight.
Interesting. I had no knowledge of Hayden ever working with Flower Cybernetics, but now I'm starting to understand just how little I really knew about his research. Maybe this melody can reveal more about the purposes of my construction. Hayden must have kept my development secret for a reason.
Well, yeah, I think a lot of people would lose their minds if they found out about Turing.
Hopefully we can talk our way in.
I don't know how I would feel if I was standing in front of a robot and they told me like, yeah, he's sapient. I'd be like, whoa. I think I'd be a little freaked out, to be honest. Especially if they try to make it look as human as possible. You know, like, I would imagine that looking at a robot that was designed to realistically look like something human. I would imagine it being like looking at a CGI, creation. Like, if you ever seen a movie with CGI characters, you know that there's a certain dead look in their eye. Fish dead, like, I don't know. I would imagine that's what it would be like to look at a realistic looking, robot. But anyway.
I have highlighted Melody's home on your map.
Melody's mansion added to city map.
Okay, we can now either follow Tomcat's lead to KCOB or Fairlight's lead to Melody's home. Up to you where to go first.
Okay.
Tomcat's led us in the right direction so far, but Fairlight has resources and his tip might end up being more relevant. It depends on what you want our focus to be on in terms of tracking Hayden's trail. Should we follow the media or the tech? It's fitting. They're the two factors that make Neo-SF so unique and wonderful. If we explore them both to the fullest, there's no way we won't be closer to the answer.
Okay. So, look at that. Okay, let's take a look around. Let's take a look at our plant. It's dead, Jim. Where is that from again? I think it's Star Trek.
I tried my best.
Feels brittle and dry. Dead. You'd rather let it rest in peace. Talk to plant. You were never gonna make it anyway, Wilty.
With you as an owner, it was doomed from the start.
Oh, hush you. What is this? A cup of... It's a mug. How many long nights have you been up drinking coffee and trying to get an article in before the rent was due? Coffee, the great equalizer. The one thing that the poor and rich alike need to chug through the day, you assume. This cup has really cooled off on talking. It lost the hots for you a while ago. Oops. Maybe it would feel less silly talking to this if it had a portrait of a cat printed on it. Okay, I think I read that thing. Mug. Look at Turing. Hayden was always an impressive guy, but who knew he was creating someone so cool? It's Turing, your borrowed companion ROM / investigation buddy.
Hi.
What's up? Touch Turing.
You can explore my functions later.
I need an adult.
More later too, if that's what you want to do. Okay, we can now either follow Tomcat's lead to KCOB or Fairlight's lead to Melody's home. It depends on what you want our focus to be on. Up to you where to go.
Okay, so let us go to see Melody. Flower Mansion. Something wrong?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was wool gathering.
Wool gathering?
I see we've arrived at the Melody Flores residence. It's quite impressive. But that's to be expected, considering that she is still the majority owner of the Flower Cybernetics Group, despite retiring from day-to-day operations at the company. I wonder how she and Hayden first began working together. Sorry, back on task. Is there anything you'd like to know before we head inside?
Okay, give me a rundown of Flower Cybernetics, or what can you tell me about Melody? Didn't Yannick say he and Melody had a falling out? Let's go ahead and head in. Okay, let's start with this one.
Flower Cybernetics was established in the early 2000s by Melody's mother, Antonella.
Antonella?
It started out developing cutting-edge medical tech, including advanced prosthesis and nanoparticle diagnostic and treatment technologies. They were vastly successful when they perfected the first synthetic nerve mesh, allowing direct connection and control between the nervous system and a cybernetic prosthesis. The majority of their early projects were defense technologies for the American military, developing ruggedized military prosthesis for use on injured soldiers, and then eventually electively for special forces. This research line culminated in the development of brain-controlled androids as shock troops, long since barred by international law. Melody took over the company from her aging mother, and she fought against developing further military hardware from that point on. She pushed the company to use the BCA technology for the company's original goals of medical advancement, as well as developing the first direct link virtual reality implants. The company is largely successful on a global scale, despite continued legislative movement against extensive cybernetic use, especially brain implants.
Brain implants. I don't think that's something I can ever get behind, to be honest. What can you tell me about Melody?
Not a whole lot. She's largely private, in contrast to her mother's penchant for courting a media circus. Several biographies of former Flower executives show her as intensely passionate about demilitarizing the company to the point of absolute viciousness in the boardroom. But it's been a long time since her days of fighting for the company, and she's since stepped away from the helm. There's talk that she's lost her spine in her old age, but... well, I'd take that with a grain of salt. She may have retreated from the corporate battlefield, but you don't change the entire direction of a company as large as Flower if you're a quitter. Stay on your toes.
Okay, didn't Yannick say he and Melody had a falling out?
He did, and I can't shine much light on that. I know that System 1 worked with Flower to help develop the first operating systems for the direct link virtual reality implants, so perhaps it happened during that time. Also, Flower eventually went with a different company for future models of the implant, but there was never any public talk of a personal falling out between the heads of the companies. I'll scrape the mesh for more rumors, but they'll only be that, rumors. I can do my best to parse fact from fiction, but it blurs too much for me to be sure what's real.
Yeah, kind of reminds me of trying to find stuff on news on Facebook, actual news. You know, every time I run into an article that I think might be BS, especially if I find interest in it, I usually search elsewhere on the internet. Like when I found out Paul Walker died, I thought it was fake, and then later that day I just happened to be watching TV and it was on the news, and I was like thinking, oh man, that sucks. I don't know why, but Paul Walker's death kind of it bothered me, you know. I guess I was starting to enjoy like seeing him on the big screen in the Fast and Furious movies. Like, I don't know, I don't think I'd be as upset if it was Vin Diesel, to be honest. I always found Vin Diesel to be how should I put it? I don't know. I prefer I liked Paul Walker's character better than Vin Diesel's, I guess, if you had to boil it down. Okay, let's see here. Let's go ahead and head in.
No time like the present, then.
Okay, let's take a look around outside here. So what time is it now? Okay, so I guess we got maybe 10 minutes. Bear statue. Let's look. Small-scale bear statues guard the entrance to the mansion.
They'd look cuter if they had little outfits on.
Use bear statue. You can't take it. Not marble, nor the gilded monuments.
Don't destroy the Ursine aesthetic.
Hey, baby, what's it? Oh, that's wasn't expecting that. Hey, baby, what's her sign? The silence is unbearable. Oh, a pun. Wonder if it says the same thing here. You both are just polar opposites. It's not the heartbreak. It feels more like Kodiak arrest. Wow. It can be difficult to find solidarity. No. All shall bear witness to these puns. Yeah, I'm bearing witness right now. You were barely ready for this. Getting through all these is pretty grisly. Sorry, have to panda to the fan base. We have a pun quota, and this is the bare minimum. You are getting oh so angry. The rage inside you is brewing. Was that one berry necessary? Now this is the battle of who first will cave. Now you know you love these puns. Don't be such a sunder bear. Your signs broke the sound barrier. Did you know a group of bears is called a sleuth? Probably not. That's why there wasn't a sleuth pun. Oh, okay. Give it a second to come up with another one. Bear with it. Bear with it. Okay, yeah, we're looping around now. I wonder if, let's see. If I look at it again, it is a little bear. It could use a sweater and a tie. Maybe a top hat. Put a glass bottle of Coca-Cola in its paw. Small scale bear statues guard the entrance to the mansion. Okay, touch. Okay, plant.
These tall shrubs could line the estate of a Victorian duke. They're that stuffily pleasant to look at.
They have the stale beauty that can only come from the care of obligated professionals. It's likely they have ridiculous maintenance routines as well, like only being watered every Friday for exactly 38 seconds. No more, no less.
These tall shrubs could line the estate of a Victorian...
Okay, touch.
These evergreens are perfectly sculpted. Be careful not to wreck the mold if you touch. Don't treat the junipers like arbor vitae. Don't you know the difference between a shrub and a bush?
A shrub in a bush probably isn't worth the risk of Turing exploding.
These evergreens are perfectly sculpted. Be careful not to wreck the mold if you touch.
Okay, window. Windows line the front of the house and broadcast the hints of an expertly designed den inside. It's framed with light blue crystals, curtains that probably cost more than your rent each. Whoops. The anguished cry of the window cleaner bellows in your soul as you smudge one of the panes. That fingerprint could become incriminating if this trip goes dark. Oh well. Okay, mansion door, doorbell, plant. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, look at mansion door. 2 dark wooden doors make up the mansion's entranceway. A small foyer can be seen through... foyer. A small foyer can be seen through the mottled glass. The doorway is crowned with marble bear carvings. Seems to be the theme here. Bears.
Maybe we should ring the bell first?
No, we're going to kick the door down.
Being expected is not the same as just barging in, and we're not even expected.
Okay, doorbell. Look. This looks like the buzzer for an apartment complex. She needs one of these just for one house. I would imagine if you live in a mansion, you're not going to hear somebody knocking on the door if you're on the other side of the house on the second floor. It has the usual panel and speaker too, but the communication is only one way. Okay, ring doorbell. Talk to doorbell. You can't use a speaker without ringing the bell. Doorbells have traditionally been more of a push thing. It's a bear. Rar? Hi, is Melody home? Oh, I guess we'll just talk to the bear. Is that a bear turring?
It appears so. Your guess is as good as mine. Mine says we can go in. Should we?
I guess we shall.
Oh, wow. Swanky.
Swanky.
What? I have been trying to increase my usage of colloquialisms. Is swanky too out of date?
It's certainly before my time.
Wow, Swanky's before her time. Wait, it is 2064, so she looks like she's she must have been born in the late 90s.
Oh, Miss Flores.
Miss Flores.
Excuse us for the intrusion. My name is Turing, and
Oh, I know who you are.
I can explain. I know you don't like Dr. Fairlight very much, but I assure you there's a situation.
Fairlight? I didn't realize Hayden's research had become a charity case. Though I suppose little boy Yannick will throw money at anything that raises his profile on the mesh.
Wait, you know Hayden? Also, we actually only just met Dr. Fairlight yesterday.
Oh, that's too bad. Now Pat won't have to eat you.
I guess Pat is the name of the polar bear there. And I think that's a cat in the middle.
What?
Though I'm not sure your gears would have been good for his digestion.
Actually, madam, I'm not comprised of gears.
Well, either way, he's on a diet. This philosophy is how I lead my life. Sometimes you eat the bear, and sometimes the bear, well, he eats you. Do you understand?
Not really.
Look, I don't have all day to entertain you, Turing, nor your new friend. Not even for Hayden. You don't have time to waste if you're going to find him, either.
Right.
Well, I guess nobody knows that Hayden is dead. Gardening ROM. A Malcolm model ROM is tending to the garden. Don't worry, they're just trimming that bush. Planter. Let's take a look at it. A large climate-controlled globe towers in the lounge. It has some lively in-season plants inside. Out of all the healthy plants and interesting habitats you come across, this one takes the metaphorical cake. The planter box looks impossible to open, but rubbing the outside does produce a nice squeaky plastic on furniture sound. You could totally scratch a hot track with this effect. Wiki wiki, as they say.
Please stop.
Teapot, strawberries, ROM. A Rosie. No, an R051E-893 unit. From the emblem on its side, it sits patiently near Pat in sort of an ambient sleep mode, playing light instrumental music.
The Rosie series are the most socially organized ROMs, designed to track personal liaisons and maintain social calendars. It was nicknamed the Jane Austen bot by Assets magazine a few years back in its annual Mandatory Machines issue.
Room control. A room control monitor is fixed onto the back of the room. The temperature is set so low it's freezing. It looks like an antique, but it seems having all the money in the world doesn't mean much without your creature comforts and your bears. So it's probably cold in here because of the polar bear. Wait, I'm not finished looking at this thing here. Use ROM. Like the high-stakes socialite relationships its monitors, the Rosie is extremely delicate. The palpable air of upper-class judgment in the room makes it risky to touch anything, especially over the 34,000 credit ROM. Rosie units are designed to maintain sleep mode until reactivated only by its owner's voice. A tasteful arrangement of Philip glasswork is the unit's only response. It's one of the tunes from that weird wordless movie with the Russian-sounding name that made everyone fall asleep in high school. Okay, what is that? Are they talking about Schindler's List? No, Russian-sounding name. The wordless movie with the Russian-sounding name. Rosebud? No. I don't know. Never watched such movie in high school. Look at monitor. The latest episode of Media Blitz is going into the sordid details of a new teen actor's island love affair with a local politician's daughter. How boring. These shows are so demeaning, reducing the private lives of famous people to soap operas for the lowest common denominator. So gone are the days of, stay-at-home housewives watching soap operas, and now it's like stay-at-home single moms watching, what is that Kardashians show? Meet with the Kardashians? No. Living with the Kardashians? Whatever. Reality TV anyways. Ouch. The Marataki twins got thrown out of the doc's place for fist-fighting that guy with the transparent hair. Wait, how is this late already? Okay, use monitor.
Media Blitz disabled touch interactivity on their show after the appearance of their new host, a former swimming champion, led to thousands of screens being fondled into disrepair.
Don't. I'm watching that.
All direct feed viewer requests have been calculated for this episode of Media Blitz already. Have to scream into the TV before they get to the wall of crotch sots segment. Okay. Touch. Only Madame Flora is in a team of techno-archaeologists archaeologists. There we go. Could figure out how to make this fossil run. Okay, what's this? A door. Look at door. A pair of wide window open doors are set open into the back of the room, leading to a plush garden. It's like a portal to an elven glade, if elven glades had the sounds of car traffic in the distance. Use door. Can one truly use an open door? If one uses something which is already in the state of being used, did that person really even use it at all? Whoa, deep. It's like a stoner thought. The doors look open to conversation. Maybe a little too open, that just makes it awkward. Fountain. A huge marble fountain adorns the courtyard. Its pleasant bubbling sound can just barely be heard over the TV and outdoor ambience. You have no coins to throw in, no wishes for you. It's a simple goblet design, and its edges are rippled slightly so the water trickles off in curled rivets. It's a nice effect. Besides, this estate doesn't really need any extra change. Okay, let's take a look at strawberries. The biggest strawberries you have ever seen are assembled in a china bowl on the coffee table.
These strawberries are genetically modified using the Flockhart method, altered most for aesthetic appearance. This is in contrast to the Backlog method, where food is modified for greater crop yield and higher nutritional benefit.
They look too good to eat. That might be the point.
Those are for Pat, not you.
Oh, okay. I wonder if Pat is the cat. Pat the cat, or is it the bear? Oh no, it's the bear. Teapot. A thin string of steam escapes the delicate spout.
The blue and white coloring is an imitation of a popular set used in Scotland in the late Edwardian era. Sadly, no true originals exist.
The handling of the teapot is strictly the domain of the host's servants, at least in the homes of this class.
Making myself a note to teach you some tea time manners.
The teapot itself is busy, but the computerized pot holder takes note of your requested temperature change. The phrase, "Shall I be mother?" scrolls through the rim of the pot holder. Must be a British thing. Okay, let's talk to the cat. The most regal-looking robotic cat in the world sits prim and proper on the fainting chair. If it spoke any languages outside of the robotic meows, it could probably trace its lineage back to the cradle of jungle cat civilization. Pet cat. You give the cat a pet. The name on her collar says Lily. Don't crowd the cat. Robot felines are double humorless. Okay, talk to Lily. It looks remarkably bored at all attempts at conversation, just like a real cat. The cat is much more occupied with overseeing its domain. Okay, let's look at the bear.
Melody keeps unusual company. Ursus maritimus, if I'm not mistaken.
Ursus maritimus?
That might be why the temperature controls are set so low in here.
Yeah, definitely a polar bear.
I wasn't aware you knew the scientific name of the species. Ooh, has my interest in proper nomenclature started to rub off on you?
No, it just looks like a polar bear. He's a white bear, Turing. What else could he be?
Plenty. Have you heard of a Kermode bear, also known as a spirit bear? Or he could be a white-faced black bear, or even a pisley. But he's not. It's a polar bear. Yep, definitely a polar bear.
Okay, touch Pat. Pat is Melody's butler, not yours. He will offer service when and only when his mistress permits. Grooming is also a Melody-only activity. Might get weird if some random person started getting up in his fur. Talk to Pat. So, grr and stuff? Does a bear... never mind. Okay, so... let's take a look at the fainting chair. A plush purple fainting chair dominates the room. So that's what they're called. I would have just called it like a couch. It positively reeks of antiquated class, from back when proper ladies got the vapors, and when polio was still a thing. Hopefully corona becomes a thing like polio. Using fainting chair. This chair keeps a strict 1 human to animal ratio. Think of it like a playground swing for the rich and the lazy. Talk to chair. This chair is for recovering from social exhaustion. The conversation chairs are in the tea room. Social exhaustion. Used to get that quite a bit in high school. Like, felt like I'd spend a few days, spend all day for like a couple of days with people, and then it feels like I'd have to, mentally recharge. Talk to chair. one must observe proper speech to furniture protocol. Gabbing with the fainting chair is most unbecoming. Okay, so before I start a long conversation with Melody, I'm going to stop the video here, and we will pick this up in the next episode. So, yeah, I wasn't expecting, what's his name, to Hayden to be killed, but I guess we know what happened. But I'm kind of wondering if the game's gonna take the obvious route and say that Hayden was killed for his research, or Hayden was killed to stop his research, or it could throw us a curveball and say Hayden was killed for some other reason. But either way, we'll find out. I don't know how many more episodes there are. I'm gonna say at least maybe 2 more, possibly 3. Just the way I'm taking things, I'm just taking my time there. But anyway, so yeah, we'll catch you in the next episode, and until then, we'll see ya. Have a good one.